this video, we're gonna review a bit about File IO and we come into the demo part, including using reading file, using file reader and writer, file input output stream, as well as the important one is to read data from Excel as well. Yes, we have the source to the program, and also we have destination. Source incoming to the program, we read data use input stream and write data back. So we have the file input stream, file output stream to read and write. We use the read and write command with the while loop in order to read every data in the file. You can also use the file reader and writer to copy the data or read data from files. This also includes Unicode data. Okay? We also use the read and write command. Yes, we will explore this in a few minutes. This is work with the general data. However, if we have the Excel file, for example, we can also actually read this data. What we call CSV format. It is stands for the comma separated values file. It's actually a simple plain text file that store data in column and row. From the spreadsheet, you can create an Excel and then save as CSV. Change the extension as CSV here. They actually use to split data, like we contain comma or semicolon from one column to another. So we can actually read data from different sources. There are many ways: Java Scanner class, buffer reader, split method, or an API OpenCV. Example in here, we create a scanner and then read data from the file. You can provide the file here. Before we use system.in because we get it from the keyboard. So now we create a file, new file object here. You need to provide a file that you have, and then you can read this information. So the function #nudge, the function next line, you can use that. #nudge is to scan every data in the file until it reach the last. Okay, and we return 4 and then we stop the loop, right? Very simple. Okay, next we come into the demo part. I'm gonna create a new file. This is what we tried before with the try and catch. Just to recall you, this is used to detect the error when the error happen. Why is the error? And we can print the message and continue our code. Otherwise, the program will stop directly. Okay? Some input is not much. They having the same different input. For example, we get integer and then the input is strings. We cannot get that, so something wrong. We ask them to input again. So next, I'm gonna create a file here. New package File IO finish. Okay. This is the package name. Gonna create test1. Looking with the file. So let's say we work with the file reader and writer. So we're gonna create file here, file reader here. You can see now, or you can put nice files, file reader, this one is file writer. View right here. Next, we're gonna create a try catch block in order to get some exception if something happens. New file reader, right? Then you can provide the name of the files through this parameter, the constructor, this parameter. So this is the path. We're gonna add the path later. And how we're gonna read this, you can display the data also. So let's say we also wanna write into a file. We're gonna transfer copy content the file. You can also do that. Right. So make sure that you give the path. So the path here, how to define the path? For example, I create the file inside this file IO. Let's say file test here. Let's say you got the file. Whatever file is fine. Okay. You need to name the file. Okay. Data. Okay. .gg, or you can put the extension. It's also fine. So you have the file here. Let's say names that are each 20 cell. Okay. And then we access this data. Let's say we try test.txt. So this is we write output, and then we read information, right? Let's say I'm gonna have something here for the reading. So CH to read the data. CH, we have the command read. Yeah, the read, right? Yes, you read. This you read as something what we call mismatch, as you can see here, integer to CH. Because when we read this is read as a character, integer, number, something. So you can do this. This is as a number. You can convert it into character, right? Char here is fine, but you can just put this as integer. This okay. Let's say we do this. So we use file ch not equal to -1, and of file is end of file, -1 and of file. So we're gonna read through it, right? For example, we display this information ch, and then we continue reading more. Okay, we will apply writing later. So let's see what happens. We have the data in the file. However, and when we run this, as you can see here, nothing happened or something. So I'm gonna do something here. Either print statement to check what is error inside. Boom. What we call system cannot find the file. File is not found. Let's take the error. Why it's not found? When we create project in Eclipse, the file that we locate here is not the same in this structure, so it cannot find the file. So one way is to use absolute path. You can right click on the file, go to property. This is the location of your file, right? So copy this file. Make sure that the file path is correct. So we'll close this and then paste this into this. This is the location, absolute path. Okay. I'm gonna write into here. Okay. And also I'm gonna create this one. Also paste and put into the same folder. As you can see, when we pass this data, the information given in here, we add / for you. No? So I'm gonna copy location again one more time. Do this part into the output. Okay, we have / okay, this is the output file. This is the read. We will apply it later. Read this. Here, as you can see, we read this data. Everything inside there will be read one by one. It's as code, ASCII code. If you want to make it into character, yeah, you can convert it. Right? Char. This is ch. Convert it into character. As you can see, one by one, we can read all information. Right? If you want to read this into the what we call the output file, you can also read them and write into. We have the view, right? So whatever you read, you're gonna write to it. Okay? So I'm gonna write something here. If you don't write, you're gonna convert it into char. Pass this data. Okay, make sure you need to close your file. Okay, closed. Close. Okay, this is important to close the file whenever we are done with the file. Okay. So next we go to the output folder. Yes, as you can see here, this data coming back. Refresh. Yes, this is the data. If I delete this file, it's gonna be go away. However, when I rerun this, it's gonna create you this one, right? So run. Okay. This is the file that we will get. Refresh. Yes, output. So what we have, right? So this is when you read it as number. But if you only write anything like this, let's see. This is the output file. I close this. Write one more time. Here, right? Here, this is the output that we get. The same way, when you write new file, we know this is a character and then convert it representing the ASCII code for you.